Hello and welcome to your daily sports update for February 28th, 2024. My name is Lewis. Want to thank you for taking the time to watch. Hey, I got a background. I have some information on there. Yeah, it's very generic, very bland, but it's something different. So we're going to try it and see how it works. Anyway, if you're not familiar with this channel, we go about just giving you some quick updates, kind of a water cooler talk so that you can have a good day at work, and if you need to discuss some sports in general, we've got some information here for you. Let's go ahead and get right to it. We got a bit to cover. We're going to start off, we always try to start with something different, kind of keep you awake and alive, and plus if you like a certain sport more than another, you got to kind of stick through and listen to everything. We're going to start with women's college basketball. There were 4 top 25 games on the docket. Number 21 Baylor wins at Cincinnati 74-55. Number 14, Indiana, win by 20, 84-64 over Northwestern, at Northwestern even. Number 23, Creighton wins at home against Xavier, 99-57. Xavier still only has 1 win on the season, 0-17 in conference. And number 24, West Virginia loses at Oklahoma State, 68-61. Only those 4 games for the women. In men's top 25 action, we did have an upset that we'll talk about here in a bit. Number 1, Houston, playing their first game as the number 1 seed this year, or as the number 1 team this year, win at home against Cincinnati, 67-59. Number 16, Kentucky wins at Mississippi State, 91-89. Reed Shepherd wins it for Kentucky, and a real wild finish. You got to watch the highlights if you get the chance. Number 21, Dayton wins at home against Davidson, 80-66. Number 22, Utah State wins at Fresno State, 77-73. Number 20, San Diego State wins at home against San Jose State, 72-64. And then the upset I talked about before, BYU wins at number 7 Kansas, 76-68. To end a really long win streak for the Kansas Jayhawks at home. If I remember correctly, I believe it was they had won 19 straight games at home, and they ended up losing for the first time. So congrats to BYU. That's your college sports scores right now. Just to give you some NFL news really quick, there was some free agency talk. The Chiefs are looking like the discussion was early on that they were either going to franchise tag Chris Jones or L'Jarius Sneed, their cornerback, if neither one would be willing to sign a longer term contract. And the discussion came out today that the Chiefs would even consider trading Sneed if they couldn't come to a contract agreement. The Cincinnati Bengals signed appear to be franchise tagging T. Higgins, their wide receiver, but are still hoping to be able to sign him to a long-term contract. And just to put it out there, the Raiders have said, the GM has said he is not looking to trade Davante Adams. So I know there was a discussion about possibly looking at trading him. The Raiders said no, he's not going anywhere. In NHL hockey, the Golden Knights win at Toronto 6-2. The Montreal Canadiens win at home 4-2. They scored 2 goals in the 4th period to seal that win. Detroit with an 8-3 victory at home against the Capitals. The Panthers win 3-2 at home against the Sabres. The Flyers win 6-2 at home against the Lightning, scoring 5 goals in the 3rd period. The Predators win 4-1 at home against the Senators. The Hurricanes win at the Wild 3-2. Hurricanes getting a goal in every period, including the 3rd, to get that win. The Blues lose at the Jets 4-2. The Flames win at home against the Kings 4-2. The Flames scoring all 4 goals in the last 2 periods. The Avalanche win 5-1 against the Stars. In overtime, the Penguins win at Vancouver 4-3. In New Jersey, scores 7 goals in the last 2 periods to win 7-2 at the Sharks. Lastly, we're going to talk some basketball. You'll know I'm a bigger basketball fan than I am probably some of the other sports, especially right now at this part of the season. So hopefully I can provide you some good information here. So for starters, we're going to talk about the Cavaliers with a last-second win against the Mavericks. They were playing at home. 121-19 was your final score. Max Strus has a half-court buzzer beater for the win. Luka Doncic had a last-second assist with 2 seconds left on the clock. The Cavs inbound the ball. Strus actually is the man that inbounds it. He gets the ball right back, takes a couple dribbles, heaves it up, and makes it from just before crossing the half-court line for the win. Big win for the Cavaliers as they're trying to stay in the playoff race there. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell scores 31 points and has 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Strus, with that three-pointer, ended up with 21 points. Here's what's incredible about this. Mitchell was a minus 14 rating. Strus was a minus 10 rating. It was the bench who produced a positive rating, with Karis LeVert being plus 16, Georges Niang plus 17, and Okoro's being a plus 12. Mix that with Darius Garland being a plus 12, and that's how Cleveland held on. For the Mavericks, they wasted a 45-point effort from Luka Doncic, who had 14 assists and 9 rebounds, and Kyrie Irving chipped in 30. The only other player with double digits was P.J. Washington with 11. Again, Mavericks fall 121-119 at Cleveland. The Orlando Magic win at home against the Nets 108-81. Orlando's Franz Wagner scored 21 points. Also had 5 rebounds and 5 assists. They also got 16 points off the bench from Mo Wagner to help lead them. For the Brooklyn Nets, they had 3 players in double figures, 15 from Dennis Schroeder, 14 from Trendon Watford, and 10 from Nick Claxton. The team as a whole, all the starters were a negative 19 rating all the way up to a negative 28 rating. So Kevin Ollie got his first win as the Nets coach, but he definitely didn't win this one. Orlando with the 108-81 victory. The Warriors welcome back Chris Paul and beat the Wizards at Washington 123-112. Paul had been out injured for a little while, still played off the bench, chipped in. There it is. He chipped in 9 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. However, your big scorer for the day was Klay Thompson with 25 off the bench, including 6 of 11 from three-point land. Jonathan Kuminga added 21. Steph Curry had 18 for the Warriors. For the Wizards, they did have every starter score in double figures, including 27 from Kyle Kuzma, who also had 12 rebounds. They got 20 each from Marvin Bagley III and from Corey Kispert. They also got 14 points and 17 assists from Tyus Jones. But again, it wasn't enough. Golden State with the 123-112 victory. The Atlanta Hawks, ever since finding out about Trae Young being hurt, have continued their winning ways. They came up with a 124-97 victory over the Utah Jazz, playing there in Atlanta. Atlanta was led in scoring by Jalen Johnson, who had 22 points and 13 rebounds. They also got 20 points off the bench from DeAndre Hunter, and they got 19 from Bogdan Bogdanovic. I work really hard at trying to say these names. DeJounte Murray also had 17 points and 11 assists. So big win for the Hawks there. Utah was led in scoring by Colin Sexton, who chipped in 22 points. And they got 14 each from Walker Kessler, and they also got it from Keontae George. But again, not enough. The Hawks with a big 27-point win, 124-97. The New Orleans Pelicans win at New York, a big win for the Pelicans. They win 115-92. New Orleans was led in scoring by Trey Murphy III, who had 26 points and 7 rebounds. They also got 24 from Brandon Ingram, and they got 21 from Zion Williamson. For the Knicks, they were led in scoring by Dante DiVincenzo, who had 23 points. And then Bojan Bogdanovic chipped in 20 points off the bench. The Knicks did play this game without Jalen Brunson, And apparently, I hate to say it this way, apparently it showed as the Knicks fall hard by 23 points to the New York Knicks, 115 to 92. In the battle of young superstars, the Minnesota Timberwolves win again at home against the Spurs, 114 to 105. Anthony Edwards chipped in 34 points for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They also got 22 off the bench from Naz Reid. And Rudy Gobert with another double-double with 13 points, 17 rebounds. Karl Anthony Towns didn't play in this game, so good production off that bench from Naz Reid to help them out. For the Spurs, they got 21 points from Devin Vassell. They also got 20 points from Keldon Johnson off the bench. They got 17 points and 13 rebounds from Victor Wembanyama. Again, not enough. Timberwolves with the 9-point win. The Detroit Pistons get another win as they go to Chicago and win 105 to 95. Cade Cunningham with another big game, and I think he gets so underrated. He scored 26 points, had 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Jalen Duren had 14 points, 10 rebounds for another double-double. And Jaden Ivory scored 15 points, as the Pistons did have 6 players scoring double figures. For the Bulls, they got 25 points each from Nikola Vucevic and DeMar DeRozan. Vucevic chipped in 10 rebounds as well. They also got 20 points off the bench from Andre Drummond, who also had 11 rebounds. But again, not enough. Detroit with the 10-point win. Detroit with 9 wins on the season, 5 of them on the road. So congrats to them. The Milwaukee Bucks score 123 and win 123 to 85 at home against the Hornets. Damian Lillard chipped in 23 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, so came close to a triple-double, but not quite there. Giannis was the leading scorer for the Bucks with 24 points and 8 rebounds. They also got 21 off the bench from Bobby Portis, who was a plus 34. Big number there. Damian Lillard was a plus 41, so obviously a big win for the Bucks. For the Hornets, they were led in scoring by Miles Bridges, who scored 17 points, but he was a minus 48, so you could see how rough it was. Bucks with a 123-85 win. The Oklahoma City Thunder win at home 112 to 95 over the Houston Rockets. SGA 31 points, 8 rebounds. Excuse me. In a big win for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They also got 24 points from Jalen Williams, and they got 18 points and 13 rebounds from Chet Holmgren. For the Rockets, they got 23 points and 11 rebounds from Al, their big-time center. They got 18 points from Jabari Smith Jr., who also had 13 rebounds. And they got 16 from Jalen Green. But again, not enough. Oklahoma City with the 17-point win. Miami Heat win at Portland 106 to 96. Jimmy Butler with 22 points and 9 assists for the Heat. They also got 19 points from Terry Rozier. Good to see that he's starting to pick his game back up. And he got 17 points from Duncan Robinson. For the Portland Trailblazers, they were led in scoring by Anthony Simons' 26 points. They also got 24 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists from Jeremy Grant. Not enough. Miami with the 10-point win at Portland. And then last but definitely not least, the Boston Celtics win again at home 117 to 99 against the Joel Embiid-less Philadelphia 76ers. Jason Tatum almost with another triple-double. He had 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists. However, leading scorer was Jaylen Brown, who had 31 points on 11 of 14 shooting. They got 23 points and 12 rebounds from Kristaps Porzingis. So good game all around for the Celtics. The Sixers were led in scoring by Tyrese Maxey, who had 32 points. They got 13 points from Tobias Harris, and those were your 2 players in double figures from the starters. From the bench, they also got 16 points from Ricky Council IV. Again, not enough. Celtics with the 117 99 win. They are now 27-3 at home. Those are your basketball scores. Those are your football information, your hockey scores, your college basketball scores. A bunch of information, but thankful that you stuck with me through it all. Hopefully you have yourself a wonderful day with the information. Until the next time, hope to see you around. Take care.